Hey YouTube, it's Fred here from Hillians Bricks, and if it's your first time here, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, because on this channel we talk all things Lego related. So I'm a Bricklink seller, Brick Owl as well, eBay, Amazon, you name it, we try and sell it. For those who've been following my channel know that I do a lot of data analysis. So lots of us probably watch YouTube and start looking at information on Lego for Lego related content on YouTube. And one thing I've noticed is there's a lot of content out there based on the US market and not necessarily as much from the UK market. And since I've started doing this over a year ago, I've seen quite a lot of differences between the US and the UK market. So I've decided to start this little mini series in terms of my findings with the differences between the US and the UK when it comes to Lego buying, selling, investing, and so forth. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the recommended retail prices, so the official prices that Lego set in the UK and then also in the US. So I've done quite a bit of analysis based on the data analysis that I do on a monthly basis. So every month I track actually the 616 sets at the moment that I track, just to do all the part out value analysis, and that data is available to my Patreon members. So I use that database to start to do my analysis. So for this exercise I had to exclude 5 of them because we have 5 sets currently that we're tracking that are pretty much exclusive to the UK, and those are like the Fiat 500 in the blue color and some of the dinosaurs and a few other sets that are in there that are not available in the US. So as I said, we're going to be looking at the recommended retail price and what we learned from it. So, and later on I'm going to be showing some sets that are best to be bought in the US and some that would be best in terms of ratio between to be buying in the UK. So what did we find? So we basically took the US recommended retail price, so on the lego.com website in the US, and then the UK one, and we basically created a ratio between that, which should be the exchange rate ratio. The current exchange rate between the pound and the dollar is about 1.37 according to Owanda.com. It's just give or take, right? So it's also worth noting that the US recommended retail price does not include sales tax, whereas in the UK it includes VAT, and I'll come to that in a minute in terms of the analysis. So the first thing I did, we had the 611 sets, and we then checked what is the ratio, and out of those numbers, how many of those are below the 1.37, so the current exchange rate, and how many of them are above the exchange rate. So when we just took the RRP pricing as they are, we saw that 579 out of the 611 are below the 1.37, which essentially suggests that those sets are better to be bought in the US, because from an exchange rate perspective you're getting better value out of there, and only 32 were higher than that, so those ones would be better to be bought in the UK. So then I thought about it and I said, okay, how about we add in some sales tax to kind of even it out and see what difference that would make. So I took an average of 7% sales tax. So I did a quick Google search to see what sort of the state taxes are, and I took 7% just for the sake of the calculation. So when I did that, I didn't see much of a difference. So remember, we had 579 sets that were below 1.37. Now this number did reduce a bit to 556, so still a lot of sets were much cheaper in the US than in the UK, and only 55 were then cheaper in the UK when we start considering sales tax of 7%. And then I started thinking, okay, this must be some logic that Lego are using when it comes to their pricing. So there must be something that I'm missing. So then I decided, okay, let's go back to comparing the US value, the RRP, without the sales tax, and let's take off the VAT amount that we have in the UK. So value added tax in the UK is 20%. So, and when I took off the 20%, then we saw that 397 sets were below the 1.37 still, so still cheaper to be bought in the US, and 214 were then better in the UK. So there was already a big swing, but still is like almost a 2-to-1 ratio in terms of the number of sets that are better to be bought in the US. Now I also took the average ratio of them, but then what I did find is that it did come very close to the 1.37 when I look at all across the set. So there were less outliers, whereas the other ones still had a lot more outliers. So is definitely getting closer to what in terms of the Lego pricing strategy is there in place. So this could also be one of the reasons why here in Europe or in the UK we might be seeing more discounts on some of our Lego. So typically in the US I've noticed that on Amazon you will consider a good deal on Amazon when it's like 20 to 25% off. Whereas here, a good deal in the UK is considered when you get 30-40% off. So it might be because of that difference in price already on the RRP that you see it gives more flexibility for the retailers to do bigger discounts. So then I also decided to do an analysis by theme and to see if there was anything that kind of was clear and obvious, and to my surprise there wasn't really anything apart from one fact. I did see that Lego City, you're better off in general buying in the UK. So Lego City in the US seems to be quite overpriced compared to Europe, well, at least to the UK, for the lower value sets at least. So that's one thing that I spotted. But the rest seems to be quite, mix and match. So there's no real trend by Lego theme. So, and then the one thing that we're now going to get into is to see which sets are I think it's about 15 or 10 sets on each side, which ones are better off to be bought. In the US, we're going to start off with those. So you don't want to, you're worse off in the UK to buy those. But the way I look at that is that if those 15 sets that I'm going to be talking about are best off to buy in the US, it means you're probably less likely to see heavy discounts on those. Whereas in the UK, I then think, okay, we might see more discounts on these sets more likely because we know in the US it's lower. So therefore, in Lego's strategy in the background, it's probably cheaper to make it. So we might see some bigger discounts in Europe. And then vice versa, when we're going to be looking at the UK one, those are the sets that we'll see that likely will have less discounts in the UK, but potentially in the US, people might get more discount on those sets. So let's get started with looking at some of the sets in terms of which ones are the best value from a US perspective. Right, let's have a look at some of these sets then. So the first set we're going to be looking at is this Minecraft set 21163, the Redstone Battle. Now in the UK, the RRP for the set is £45, whereas you can see in the US, it's $40. It gives a ratio of 0.88, and there's a few of these at this price actually. Because the next one, the Architecture set 21055, the Burj Khalifa. Same price in the UK, £45 RRP, and in the US, again, this is a $40 set. And we've also got the same for another Architecture set, which is the London Skyline, 21034, £45, and then the RRP of $40 in the US. And this London Skyline does get discounted quite a lot in the UK. Next, we've got just a classic set, Bricks and Wheels, 11014. Again, £45 in the UK, $40 in the US. And next, we've got Disney set, Mickey and Friends Fire Truck Station, 10776. £45 and $40. Next, we've got quite a recent Avenger set, so Marvel 76192, the Endgame Final Battle. This is £80 in the UK, whereas in the US this is $70. And I think I actually featured this in my recent Friday Lego deals video, that this actually was discounted quite recently in the UK. Then we've got Speed Champion sets. We've got a few of these coming up. 76903 Chevrolet Corvette and 1968 Corvette. £35 in the UK, but in the US it's $30. And Corvette, clearly being an American car, this is aimed at the American market. There's quite a few car or car related sets that seem to be better value in the US. So maybe there's a bigger market for cars, right? But yeah, this set I had bought it discounted quite early on when it was available in the UK. Next is another Speed Champion set, which is the one that's soon retiring, 76898, the Formula E Panasonic Jaguar Racing Gen 2 car and the iPace E-Trophy car. So again, £35 in the UK, $30 in the US. Next we got a DC Batman set, so it's the Batman Classic Batmobile, 76188. Same pricing, £35 in the UK, $30 in the US. Then we got another Marvel set, which is the Spider Jet V, the Venom Mech, 76150, again £35 versus $30. And back to Speed Champions 75893, the 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon and the 1970 Dodge Charger. Still tracking this, but I think the set's now retired. It was £35 and $30 in the US. Then we're going to go to Minecraft 21152, the Pirate Ship Adventure, which is £50 in the UK, but $40 in the US. And next we got a creator set, which is the 31113 Race Car Transporter, which is £25 in the UK, but $20. And we often see this discounted slightly in the UK. So yeah, and then one of the bigger price differences in the US UK is this Technic set, the 42126, so the newish Ford F-150 Raptor. In the UK this goes for £130, whereas in the US this is available for $100 RRP, so that's quite a big difference, right? But we have seen this discounted already in the UK quite significantly. I've seen it in the 90s. So when I saw this initially, I knew that this set would get discounted quite quickly, so this is the sort of thing that helps with my analysis. And then we got the Minecraft, the final set that we're highlighting, which is actually the best from a ratio perspective. It's 21154, the Blaze Bridge, £40 in the UK, but $30 in the US. So now let's have a look at what sets are best in terms of value in the UK. I already mentioned that there's going to be lots of Lego City sets compared to the US. And the first one is 60276 Police Prisoner Transport. £15 only in the UK, but $30 in the US. So that's a big difference, right? And then there's a whole bunch of Lego City sets. I'm not going to call them all out, but essentially these are all £18 in the UK, but $30 in the US. But yeah, I think there's about 8 of them, 8 or 9. So there's a lot of them. I'm just going to show them on the screen here. Then we've got 2 advent calendars for 2021. So we've got the Star Wars one and the Harry Potter. These are £25 in the UK, and if you shop around you can get them discounted. But in the US it's $40 for these advent calendars, so that's quite a big markup. So these are definitely better value in the UK. And then we got another bunch of Lego City sets. Again, I'm not going to call them all out individually, but I'll show the pictures here. These are all £25 in the UK, but in the US these are $40. And then there's another set that goes for the same price value as the Technic 42092, the rescue helicopter, £25 in the UK, but $40 in the US. Now next we got big set, and this is a creator expert set at one of the modular buildings. So 10255, the Assembly Square. In the UK this is £180, but you know, recently we've seen this discounts to about £140, which is quite a surprise. It was £143. But in the US this is $280, so that's a huge price differential between the UK and the US for this modular building. So this set is definitely good value in the UK. Then we've got Classic Bricks, the large creative brick box 10698. It's £40 in the UK, $60 in the US. Then we got another Lego City set, which is the Ocean Exploration Base, set number 60265, which is £55 in the UK, but $80 in the US. I'm going to highlight 2 more sets. The first one being a small Technic set 42102, this mini class Xerion, £9 in the UK, but $13 in the US. And finally, a bit surprised by this one that it's more expensive in the US since this is a US building. It's an architecture set 21046, the Empire State Building, which is £90 in the UK. And if you shop around, you can get this in the 60s. But in the US it's $130, and I've seen when I looked in the US you can often get this, so you know, around $99, you know, $100 more or less, but still quite pricey for what it is. So that's it for all the sets that we wanted to go through in today's video. In the next part 2, I'm probably going to be looking more at the part out value between, you know, the US and the UK market. What are the differences? Are there any big, clear and obvious ones? So that's one thing that I'm going to be digging into further. It's probably going to take a couple of weeks before I issue that one. Let me know if there's anything in particular you want me to look into between the markets, see if I can get the data, see if anyone's got any specific requests. in terms of what they want me to analyze. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. But yeah, that's it for me, and we'll see you again soon with the next video. Bye.